Welcome to Podcast Impossible, a special rewatch miniseries from Least Important Things, where we accept the mission of watching every Mission Impossible movie leading up to the seventh installment in the series. Our task is to investigate the improbable influence of this franchise on culture, cinema, and Tom Cruise's legacy. With me, of course, is my Luther to my Ethan, my good friend Mike Wen. Mike, we have a teaser trailer. We have a title of the next film, the final question mark chapter of the Mission Impossible franchise, Mission Impossible Final Reckoning, releasing to theaters May 2025. How are you feeling?
I'm excited. I do think it's interesting that they call this the Final Reckoning and not Dead Reckoning Part Two, because it was Dead Reckoning Part One was the official title
We
previously,
did,
right?
no, it wasn't. I don't believe it was, and that's kind of the first big thing that we needed before we get friends. Hi, you're on this journey with us. We're trying to break news. We're trying to do this day up. We're trying to get it out to you, so it's going to be a little loosey goosey. But that's the first thing. It is the Final Reckoning is the name, and I love it. I love it,
Yeah.
but I don't know because I think colloquially, especially on the pod, we've been just saying, Dead Reckoning Part Two when it comes out. We just assume in the past 20 years of franchise movie making with these big final installments, you had a part one and a part two. But no, it's a totally different film. It is Mission Impossible 8. It doesn't say that, but it's the eighth film. They're not saying this is a part two, even though it kind of is. And I actually love it. I think the Final Reckoning, and it definitely says, hey, this is the last cruise. This is it.
Yeah, or at least last Cruise McQuarrie.
Yeah, of this, and especially or this timeline or whatever,
Yeah.
whatever it may look like. This is the last one. All right, friends. So exciting. We have a teaser trailer. So this is just to give you a little bit of framing. Teaser trailers a lot of times are not necessarily the full trailers. They do what they say. They tease you.
Mhm.
And it's a good reminder before we go into these discussions is that trailers, teaser trailers, all this marketing stuff is usually done through the studio with a third party company. Um, a good frame of reference, if you've ever seen The Holiday, Cameron Diaz's character in The Holiday, she cuts trailers. So I'm sure Cruise has a little bit of say in this, but it's not necessarily like McQuarrie's not cutting this together. So it's all part of a marketing plan. And a lot of times that's where things happen in the trailers and the teasers that are there to really tease us, to throw us off, especially in modern day filmmaking. So that's just a little framing. Like you can have some really awesome trailers and not so good movies turn out, and vice versa. So just as a framing as we start talking about this, we're gonna
Cool
play.
world.
We're gonna play the trailer. Hopefully you can hear it if you're listening. Otherwise, you're watching it on YouTube. And if you're listening, I would suggest pausing right now, watching the trailer, and then coming right back to us.
Yeah,
So
good
if
advice.
if you're listening to the episode, go ahead and do that because that'll then you'll be able to catch up with us as we're talking it. So we're gonna kind of watch it play. You'll hear us in the background, and then we'll go back and go kind of frame by frame, kind of just get our overall thoughts, what it means to us, and what we're looking forward to next. All right, sound like a plan, Michael?
I'm super excited for this. I've already seen it like 6 times, but let's go again.
Let's go. Get up in full screen for you. Oh baby, this is gonna be a very cold movie. There's ice, there's snow.
Our lives are not defined by any one action.
The Luther
lives
voiceover.
are the sum of our choices.
Everything you are, everything you've done has come to this.
When the need for certainty is absolute and the odds are deemed impossible, the mission falls to him.
Should he choose to accept?
Yes.
For every life you tried to save, you gambled millions more. And now the fate of every living soul on Earth is your responsibility.
Next year.
That's the pattern, isn't it? You refuse to sacrifice the ones you hold close.
Tom Cruise.
You've always been on the right side, brother. I have no regrets. Neither should you.
I need you to trust me. One last time.
Oh,
So good.
filmed for IMAX May 2025. 2025.
2020,
Oh my
2025.
goodness. There's so much to talk about. Gosh, let's just go back to the start. Let's kind of like wait. I knew no. Let's just talk about your overall thoughts watching
Yeah.
this. Like, how are you feeling, Mike? Give me your OTs on this
I'm
teaser
exhausted.
trailer.
So much happened. A lot of
They did
ground
a
was
lot.
covered.
Like they
Yeah.
just were like, let's throw every many frames and
Which
shots as
it's funny
possible.
you've backed this up to the very first shot. This is a shot I didn't even recognize. He's running the Iditarod
Yeah,
here, it looks like.
there's a lot of running. The dogs are running. Ethan's
The
not
dogs
running.
running, yeah. No, I think that's my number one takeaway from watching the trailer is running. Lots of Tom Cruise running, which we know is a trope in the movies. It's something that I mean, even the marketing company, this is like a comedic element that they would even do because
Yeah,
they know
they
will
know
be
for
something
fans of the
that, yeah.
franchise. They're like, yes, we got it. But again, they're gonna fit all the running in because this quote unquote is it. So we're
Yeah.
gonna get him running as much as possible.
And then another observation I had was, and I don't remember what the prop was called in the first movie, but that key that
Oh
they have.
yes, the key, the
Yeah.
MacGuffin key.
Yeah, the MacGuffin key. And that there was a lot of shots of that, and it was in different um like at one point it was covered by ice, another point Tom Cruise had it in his hand.
Hand and gripped it.
Yeah, and so and I think there are duplicates. I think there's like two copies of them. I can't remember, but in any case, I recognize that like that obviously will be a key
A key
uh
element of
a
the
key element.
plot.
There you go. There you
Yeah,
go.
again, like this is why this is a teaser. It's hard to, again, I don't want to get into the semantics of it, but it's pretty nerdy conversation. It's hard to understand this because we live in a modern media world where we're not seeing trailers at movie theaters. Like a teaser is a teaser. Like this is just like it's not giving us a full plot. It's not telling us. I mean, it's telling us a story, but not really. Full teasers usually give you a really full layout of the plot. This is not. This is just like pump up. This is just hype video. This is just
Yeah.
giving us something to just get excited about. It's not giving us a scene either. It's not like at Comic-Con where they do full scenes or something. This is just images and excitement and hype.
Yeah, and I think the one of the main things you think about when you think about the Mission Impossible franchise outside of running is stunts. And
Yes.
I think the big at least what appears to be I haven't really seen them talk about it in the press like what the big stunt is, but the dog fighting and Tom Cruise
Yeah. Yeah.
hanging off of a what's it called, a biplane or whatever.
Yeah. The
Um,
World War II, or I guess that World War One era almost like
yeah.
Indiana Jones, it's like Last Crusade type of planes.
Yeah. So it looks like, I mean, that was a pretty like crazy shot of him, and we know it's real because
They
it's
showed
Mission
it, yeah,
Impossible.
and we saw. I mean, there was social media content like when they were
Okay.
filming this of like seeing, and there was stuff that was released, but obviously like he's crawling on these planes, and they shared a decent amount of this. Obviously him
Yeah.
flipping and hanging on to the plane. So we have more planes, but
It's
they
crazy.
shared a decent amount of footage, which I was surprised this early on they would share that much. But yeah, it seems like the two big stunts are we're gonna get, because we know the submarine has
Yeah.
is where we're going to. Without so what was left off in the last movie, the submarine in the Arctic. It looks like we are getting a Tom Cruise underwater kind of breathing type of stunt
Yeah.
slash
Something.
what I call the most ultimate cold plunge of all time as well.
Yeah. That was
Where's
crazy.
that shot? So yeah, let's see here. So we're gonna get a cold plunge. We're gonna get biplane flying in the air, maybe some water stunts. I couldn't be more thrilled. this is definitely signifying some things for me. Oh, here's the shot. Yeah,
Ooh, there's two people in the shot.
well, there's
Oh,
two people.
whoa,
Yeah,
and a kiss.
and the kiss. That was the one because I
Who is
cannot.
that?
I don't know who that is because that does not look like
Michelle Monaghan.
it's not Michelle Moynihan. That's not Haley Atwell. Does not look like Haley
It's not
Atwell.
Vanessa Kirby.
It's not Vanessa Kirby. So we do have some people coming a part our new cast members
Nick
because
Offerman.
yeah, I follow him on Instagram and he posted the trailer. So I was
Okay.
like, what? And
Oh,
I did not see him in the trailer. Vanessa Kirby. We have Indira Varma. She was in Game of Thrones and a ton of stuff. She's joining, and then Janet McTeer.
well, I'm gonna be
Klimpaf.
honest. Go back to that shot. Maybe you lost it, but black hair, dark brown hair. Who on the cast list has got black hair, dark brown hair? I
That
mean, yeah, Varma.
Indira, yeah, Varma. That looks like her.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell
So,
because her hair's underwater.
right. But you know what's
So
interesting is go okay, that's fine. She was wearing like not like a swimsuit. She's like wearing a dress.
so I don't know. Yeah, I wonder if this feels almost like is this a flashback or something?
Some sort of dream sequence.
It could be a dream sequence.
Because
Um,
honestly, like what are the reasons why Tom Cruise would be, I mean, we don't know. It's a teaser trailer, but like what
yeah,
are the plausible scenarios that would put him in that kind of situation? I don't know.
yeah. We've already started talking about details. Overall thoughts. I think one thing you could glean from this, it seems like sacrifice. It's about Ethan being pushed to the brink to sacrifice. Trust me one more time.
Yeah.
It's our favorite guy. Excuse me with the names. Kittredge. Kittredge. It's Kittredge and Luther both have the voiceover. Kittredge is saying like your one problem is you won't sacrifice your friends. That's kind of like Ethan's trope. He will not sacrifice his friend. He will tell his friends to do crazy things, but
Yeah.
he will not sacrifice their lives for his gain. And it
Th-
seems like Luther is in the hospital or sick or something happens. Um,
Hmm.
there is a shot with Angela Bassett's character coming down.
Like
She's
off the plane,
off the
yeah.
plane.
And she is the president of the United States seal there. So is like she the
Yeah,
president?
she could be. Yeah,
Yeah, I think she's the
she
president.
might be the president. I wonder if
But
it's
she was the
listed.
head of
No,
the not the IMF, but the
CIA,
CIA. Yeah.
but
Which that's not a typical political
it's jump.
yeah,
But maybe
seriously.
it's time, and you can't tell. I thought I saw a coffin, but no, there isn't a coffin. Um, what's his face from?
I don't know.
He's not listed from Downton Abbey, isn't that
Oh, not pulling from
he's
a
from
well, I'm not.
okay. He's in here, but there again, there's lots of like this is classic teaser trailers where lots of staring at screens, so it's the
Yeah.
reaction shots. Um, all right, let's start from the beginning. We have a box. We see a box that is gonna, I'm sure it has significance. We have the Iditarod scene. We have again underwater. Oh yeah, they immediately show the prop plane, the
I see
biplane
a
out.
lot. I see a lot of contrasting between underwater and in the air.
Yeah. Yep. Aircraft character. I'm I love a snow. I love putting our
Hmm.
characters in the snow. I'm so thrilled that we're getting Ethan in the snow, which I don't think we've gotten yet.
Haven't we?
I don't think so. Like in the Arctic, Ethan in the snow, I'm very excited about.
Hmm.
Looks like we got him underground run. That was the first running shot. Looks like a
Is
underground
is
bunker.
is his shirt bloody or is he wearing a
His shirt is
tie?
bloody.
Okay. But it's
So
like a tuxedo, so he was at some sort of party
yeah,
or undercover or something.
this suit, I believe, that's not the underwater suit.
Is that a mask?
That's a mask. And that might be for it looks like it's in like a coffin or a jettison pod. But oh, you know what that is? That is the actual like MacGuffin AI from the last movie.
Oh yeah.
But it looks like you can
Dang.
like someone can like interact with it.
Okay.
Like put on a mask and you can tap in. Oh yeah, here's an underwater cold plunge shot. Which I see it again. This does look like it's a dream sequence.
It just doesn't seem legit.
It's a cool shot though. It looks
It
great.
is. Oh yeah, it's a cool shot.
We got
Probably
Tom.
real.
We got number 2 runner is him running through
Through
sunsetting.
yeah, through
Oh
South Carolina somewhere.
yeah, then it cuts back to another run, him running through the city. Um, so here's the two things that stood out to me. We have references to the first film.
Yup.
This is the actual footage from the first film. This is a CG shot of the knife. This is not from the original film, but when the knife drops. So the knife from his mission to the in the Pentagon from the first movie has some significance
Yeah.
because we see it in the old film. We see this CG shot, which I don't believe that's from the first film. We see that guy who picks it up, and then we see
Wait, I
Tom.
think it is from the first film.
Is that was
Because
it
he drops his knife.
what is that the
at
shot
the
from it?
ceiling. Oh, I don't know if it's the
I
shot from
can't
it.
tell if it is, but we see that Ethan has it in a plane
Yep.
formation.
Yeah, that was something that I picked up on too, is this knife. Like, what is the point? So what
Is the
about
knife the
this
key?
knife? Yeah. Oh. But obviously,
I think it's a message. I think it might be a message or something
oh, that's a good point. Yeah, somebody leaves it somewhere and he picks it up.
as a message or a threat.
Yeah, that's good. That's good, Luke. This is
Because
why
it's not
this is why you
they're
get paid the big bucks.
yeah, well, because it's not like, oh, fan service. Because they're
Is
showing us from the
that
old movie.
now, are those characters that you just had holding the key, is that not aren't those pirates from Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yes, yes. It looks like a spit off. It looks like the submarine does blow up.
Okay, so maybe Tom is shirtless in the submarine.
Yeah, maybe. We see the AI that's in the
Yup.
submarine. We have a car chase. We have some. Who is it? Angela Bassett's holding the key. She has the key.
Yeah.
So Ethan gets the key back. Yeah, this submarine scene is going to be sweet. Okay. Yeah, that's that whole underwater mission is the submarine. I cannot wait for that. We have him gripping the key. This is I want to jump. Looks like
Are
we
you
have
sure
a new.
I think Ving Rhames is in prison.
He's in prison or something. And then I think that is not for Vanessa Kirby. We do not actually see her very much. I feel like she's going to get killed off early on.
That's too bad.
It looks like we have a replacement. She's also
Maybe she's in
blonde.
the dream sequence.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. Hannah Whittingham from Ted Lasso's in this as well.
She's in this?
Yeah, but we don't see her.
No, it's just a teaser.
That's not her.
That looks like Jane Lynch more than anything.
Yeah, Jane Lynch. This is London, I believe, right? There's a protest happening outside of London. So
is that London? I
I'm
don't
not
think that is
sure.
London. I don't see any flags anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh wait, go back. There was yeah, those look like constables.
Sorry, listeners. We're going through the trailer right now. If you're listening
Yeah,
to
we're
this,
scrubbing it.
we're scrubbing it and having screenshots. So I'm sorry if I'm not doing a good job describing it. You can watch this on YouTube if you need the visuals. This submarine sequence is going to be fantastic. I'm really excited. They're showing a lot of great visual clips. I think it's going to be
Yeah.
and I think it's going to be right at the start of the movie. And then one of my favorite parts of this trailer is night shot wide. We have Ethan running. Is that the London Bridge?
Yeah, it is. Because that's the Eye of London there.
Yeah, just sprinting across the London Bridge. Probably had to shut down. I mean, that's an expensive shot, but it looks incredible. Also, Ethan, long hair. The long hair is back. I don't believe it's as long as Mission Impossible 2.
Now, who's he holding the hand of there?
That's Benji.
Is it?
This is Benji. but then there's another like
Is it?
yeah, Simon Pegg has lost a lot of weight. Like he's gained a lot of muscle.
Okay.
He's almost irrecognizable from when we first met him in Mission Impossible
Cool.
3. It was also 20 years ago. We do get a little handshake, almost Rocky 3, but we don't know who that is. We get Ving Rhames. Yeah, Ving Rhames' character as Luther he's either prison or he looks like
Yeah,
he
that
has
kind of looks like
hospital
a
scrubs.
hospital now.
I think he's going to be sick or something's going to happen. I don't know if maybe he gets killed or gets injured in the first mission. We do get a shirtless fighting with knives, which looks
Different
really
knives.
good. Two knife fights. There's Vanessa Kirby. She is in this cabin. But yeah, we barely see Vanessa Kirby.
I thought the fighting sequences were kind of neat.
Yeah.
Like they just looked like cool choreographed fights. So I
Yeah,
was,
so there's another shot where everyone's kind of in khaki safari gear. We have Benji. He's also got a handlebar mustache. But it's Haley Atwell, and then I don't. That's not Vanessa Kirby and another guy. So we have some expendable crewmen, IMF agents, which is great. And then a big thing that was pointed out to me from Daniel.
It looks like Reese
Steven,
Witherspoon on the left
it
there.
does. Daniel Steven from Stuck on Sorna messaged me today.
Wait, go back, Luke. Go back.
Oh,
I think that guy that he was. Are you sure? Are we sure the guy in the back right there? Is that
it's
not
not
the
Nick
person?
Offerman.
No, 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 no. Is that not the person he was shaking hands with, though?
It could be.
Okay.
It's hard to know. Luther does not look good. He looks sick.
Yeah.
And I
But
think
he also looks like he's not in a hospital.
yeah, that also. So maybe Luther's trapped, like he can't. I don't know. It's
He's
going to
in
be
hiding.
interesting. So this is the thing that Daniel Steven from the Stuck on Sorna podcast pointed out to me. He was a guest on Podcast Impossible. We have a shot, I believe, of Mission Impossible 3 with the rabbit's foot.
Yeah, I thought about that too.
I can't tell if that, but I can't tell if that is from Mission Impossible 3 or if that is they de-aged Tom
What's the
Cruise.
audio over this?
The audio over the
I have no regrets.
I have no regrets.
Neither
So
should
yeah, I
you.
think that's another thing.
So maybe
pushed back
someone
to the past.
Yeah, maybe that's where Luther get the rabbit's foot. I can't remember what the rabbit's foot fully does. Isn't it just it's a bioweapon?
It's a MacGuffin.
It's a bioweapon MacGuffin. Maybe Luther's like he's quarantined or something like that.
Maybe.
More ice, Haley Atwell, some yelling, we get more of the plane. Gosh, that stunt's gonna be
Plane
insane.
stuff. The plane's so cool.
Trust me one last time, which is a great way to end a teaser trailer because he's talking to the audience.
Yeah.
You got to trust me one last time. We will. I wanted to point out the poster for this movie, at least maybe the teaser poster. If you haven't
Is this
seen
not
it,
just a Keith Urban album cover?
it does look like it. I love this. It's just a black and white photo of a beat up Ethan Hunt, Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning.
And we have a date too.
Yes, we do have a date, May 23rd. Thanks for catching that. May 23rd. So hold your calendars, friends. We will be watching a new Mission Impossible movie.
It's so nice of them that they would open the movie on my wife's like birthday weekend.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what Shannon wants to do is go watch this movie with you and me once again. And hope maybe we can get
maybe we can get Andy and
Andy's partner to join us. But oh wow, Mike, what are your closing thoughts here? We don't want to take up too much time because there's going to be more to discuss. And
I think for me, this scratched the itch. This is what I was looking for. This is what I wanted. It was fun and exciting. A lot happened and a lot of questions were raised, but no answers were given.
It's a great teaser. I think it's setting up some big stunts. I think they're obviously showing the plane stunt. It's going to be fantastic. They're setting up the whole submarine sequence at the start. They've shown a decent amount of that. There's going to be so much more. That's why I love these teasers, because when you break it down like we just did, we're like, oh, they only showed us two big set pieces, which will be the first set piece in the movie is going to be the sub. I'm sure that's like the first action we get, and then set the tone, which is this is it. Ethan's going to be forced with sacrificing people he cares about, which is kind of always in every movie. And it seems there's this true nod to the past. One thing I am slightly worried about is that they're going to do this, what Spectre did in the James Bond franchise, is try to retroactively tie everything together. That's my only worry.
Yeah, but
It's
Spectre
very,
was still really good.
it was still good. Yeah, great movie, but I think it suffered a little bit from
It suffers from nostalgia. Like from rewatching it, you start to realize that, oh, this really hangs on nostalgia. And that's actually a good point that you bring that up because um, something I was thinking about in watching this, preparing for our conversation tonight, was that the this franchise for having not 8 movies really has not hinged like has not really used nostalgia
no.
to capture an audience, which I think points to the fact that every movie has been, except for the second one, has been good enough to stand alone.
Don't you say that. Zach Hall, he can hear us. You say that. Yeah, but
If
see, I
you,
agree what you're saying. The most nostalgic movie is the first movie, technically, because they have
yeah,
characters from the television series that they, I mean,
true.
kind of destroy. So it really, it isn't. And it's why it's so refreshing. And I think it's a huge part about why this franchise has done so well.
Yeah.
Because you're not trying to retroactively do something. I trust Tom Cruise. I trust the team that's doing this. He asked us to trust him. I trust him. But that's my one. If I had to say one thing that I am like, are they going to try to? Is there this huge super villain that's now they could do this if they're using this AI technology as this kind of like this
Mhm.
villain, you can justify this person read through all of his files. It's going to use
Sure.
all this past stuff to attack him. That is the way I think would make sense if you're going to pull in like now they showed the first movie and the third movie. That was the only ones they referenced. But maybe those are kind of the big things they can take away. No, we did not see anything from Mission Impossible 2, but the hair, so that there's the ode.
Yeah, the hair. Now, an omission, I think a notable omission from this. I mean, you mentioned at the top that these are put together by marketing people.
Yeah.
Um, we know that they shot footage at the Olympics.
Yes.
But I didn't recognize any footage from the Olympics, which I feel like if you had footage that you were going to put in the film from the Olympics with that much audience, that would be something that would be a big enough shot to that a marketing person would be like, oh, that's a cool shot. Let's throw that in there. And so
Yeah, I think
that
I
not
don't
being
know.
in here, I think is
I
interesting.
don't know what they shot and what they would use for the movie. I just realized what this box is at the first frame of the movie. This
Ooh,
is this is the AI in the box.
oh,
So when you ask what's in the box, it looks like it's they captured it and
I don't know. I'm not
and
buying that.
it's whatever that box is the
The
mask.
mask, yeah.
Yeah, where's that mask? For those watching, I'm trying to scrub to the mask shot. I think it was.
Torpedoes.
I think that's what that box is. Is the box is the mask.
Oh, here's here's something we can say. Listeners of the fans of the pod, uh, Andy and Andy's partner. I just got a text. Luke, you did too. Bree and I just watched I'm sorry, Andy's partner and I just watched the trailer. Hype. So there's Andy Warson's um response. Hype. I'm wondering, was
Hype.
there a Bree paradox in watching the
Ooh,
trailer?
it was.
Did she look up from her book during the
I'm
trailer?
gonna text him right now. This is live. We're texting. Is there a Brie paradox in the recording? Listeners or viewers, if you don't know what the Brie paradox is, you need to listen to our show.
Yep.
Uh, is there a Brie paradox
And Andy's
in the
partner
in the
paradox.
in the it's a Andy's partner's paradox in the teaser or while watching the teaser? I wonder if we get him on the phone. He has children now, so maybe not.
Aiden should be asleep. I don't know. I don't know how kids work.
Let me see if I can get him. Oh no, that's FaceTiming. We don't want that. We're doing this is we said
We're doing
listener.
it live.
This is raw. Oh, okay. I got him. Andy Warson. You're live. We're recording our reaction to the trailer. Do you want to say something about the trailer? Give me your thoughts.
They had immediate finger guns. Boo, 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 boo.
I can't hear him.
Watching the trailer got us hype. My immediate reaction is there's going to be a massive death.
Oh, yes.
Just a painful, legendary. I think we all know who we're talking about, but it's gonna happen. I think we all can see it.
I don't know what Andy's talking about because
But
I
the airplanes look sweet. I don't know why they chose. Why did they choose such brightly colored airplanes?
It's so we
think
could
that's my
see it. It's so we could see them as viewers.
Planes are so bright. Like it's not spy.
Maybe they were coming from a air show. Maybe that's like Ethan ran onto the tarmac of an air show. And was like,
Luke,
this is all
ask
they
him
had.
which character does he think is gonna die?
In Mission Impossible, yes, that could be.
Mike wants to know what character you think is going to die. We think it's Luther because he looks pretty. He looks pretty terrible, but it could be Benji.
Did have a thought that Luther did not look great.
Yes,
He looked like
Good.
he had been through some stuff.
He looked like he had a kid.
Yeah.
I'm too old for this.
Yeah,
That's
that's
kind of the vibe that came from that trailer.
And what was the line he said? We've always been on the right side or the good side.
I have no regrets.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are typically things you say before you kick the bucket.
Yeah.
Luther's gone.
He's gone. He's off the board. We could just we can emotionally process it starting now. Everyone emotionally process it.
Yeah.
But
Excited. It looks great. And Tom Cruise, I think, ran an entire marathon in one trailer.
it's the last movie. We got to get as much running as possible. The marketing executives that made this knew what we wanted. We just wanted to run in every location. Get a lot of running.
Podcast.
All right, we'll see you in the theater for sure on May 23rd, 2025. So just get a babysitter for May 23rd, 2025.
Find a Navy watcher. Thank you.
Okay.
Me and my partner will be available.
Yeah, you and your partner will be available. Good. We have to do it. We'll have to do it again as a group. Great to hear your voice.
Cheers, fellas.
Bye. Thank you, listeners. That was a great friend of the show, Andy Warson, and his partner. And Mike couldn't actually talk to them because we were doing a very rudimentary technology of me holding up.
Yeah, we don't get to call out. We don't have a call out line on this.
No, we don't. Even though we could have invited him to the Zoom, but this is what you're getting here on this live and Fast and the Furious, no pun intended, teaser recap. All right, let's give our closing thoughts and our hype meter out of 10 masks.
I think I want to leave a little bit of room for them to impress
build
me.
hype.
Okay,
Sometimes you want to be sold to. You want to be marketed to.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give it 8 fully complete and usable masks, and then 1 mask that was damaged because the mask machine broke while it was making the mask. So 8.5 masks.
Okay. I'm 10 masks, not because it's because this
movie is gonna get like a 15 out of 10 from you
because I know there's so much that they didn't include.
Oh.
Right. So I'm even more excited because I was like, this is just
there's
the tip of the iceberg, literally.
there's a famous theologian and preacher, Charles Spurgeon, okay? And he was known for being a funny guy. He was criticized by someone in his church for once because he had included too many jokes in his sermons. And they said, you know, hey, you shouldn't include so many jokes. And he said, oh, if only you knew how much I was holding back.
And that's what Tom Cruise is saying. He's saying, trust me, this one last time.
Yes.
All right, friends, we'll stay in touch as we get more information about this movie and discussions, working on some surprises as we build hype up to May, which is coming sooner than we realize. It's not July, it's May. So that's exciting too. This is kind of the opening of the summer blockbuster season around Memorial Day. So that's exciting too. But we'll make sure to have some hype built up, some episodes sprinkled in from now until we get to Mission Impossible, the
We got to
Final
do a
Reckoning.
rewatch of Dead Reckoning Part 1.
We do. We'll do a rewatch. That's a good idea because we did record right after the theater experience, which, you know, for me, it's always a, you know, half star, full star bump. So we'll do a prep for that. But Mike, can't wait. I'm so excited.
I'm super excited.
We'll talk to you. We'll see you later, friends.